Alright, so I had a hole in the wall here. Pretty bad hole. It cracked it all the way up here. There's some bad places here before. So you go to Lowe's, get you a 2 foot by 2 foot sheet, set it up against the wall, mark it where you're gonna have that new sheet at, and then put it in with some tape, putty it up, and you'll have it done. Alright, here we go. We're about to cut this shit up. That's right. Now you gotta remember, since this is the outside wall, this has got insulation in the back. So you don't want to tear it too much up. You tear up the insulation. So we're gonna take it slow. That one kind of dull, it sucks. Neighbors gonna hate this shit. There's one wall, one line. Alright, feel the burn. And always make sure that you don't have any electrical lines back here, because I mean, you know, you don't want that going on. Feel the burn. And remember, always cut away from yourself. See? Oh, I got my neck right there. I've been done. Alright. Now we got the bottom piece cut up. I'm gonna get this top piece done. I'm gonna get this section out. And keep your saw blade just down below the line. So you can trim all you want later on down the road. But you don't want to overcut and you have gaps in your brand new piece of drywall you're putting up here. Because then you're going to have to use a lot of putty. And it's going to take forever for it to dry. That didn't work out too well, did it? No. I don't want to make too much noise. Gotta come right on out. Sometimes you're cutting around those wall braces. Sometimes you just don't cut enough for it to break. Alright, there we go. There's a nice little piece. Nice little corner piece. The outside insulation, I cut it a little bit, but it'll be okay. And we got a brace here. We can screw our new screws in. That's what's keeping us, these screws right here. There's screws in the wall, so. Broke that knife. You should wear protective gear, safety glasses. That's just a true sign of what you should use. Because you got to be careful. That razor blade could have straightened my eye. And I've been over with. I've been one-eyed redneck. You know what I mean? yeah, you should definitely wear some safety glasses, safety gear. You know, but when you're redneck, you just don't think about those things. You just jump in it, get the job done. You know what I mean? All right. So now we got that going. We're gonna clean it all up real good. You clean your edges from this stuff that you cut up, because you want this to be able to fit flush up against that wall, up against these boards. Flush. You don't want to know none of this bull crap or none of that bull crap or none of that crap. Alright. I'm gonna make sure that the main piece, and that's your flat piece. Right there. You don't want your flat piece up here up top. But it doesn't matter. Who gives a shit, right? I don't. As long as we get the piece done, right? Now I forgot which way I had it the first time. So I have to edit this bullshit out so I don't look like a dumbass. Alright. So. So. We got that piece in there. A marker. And mark where the studs are at. Mark where the studs are at. Mark right there in the center of the board, because you don't want the screw to be off to the left or to the right. Put your little mark on top and bottom of where the center of that board is going to be, because we're going to put screws. Once I get the screws down, all that little overlap right there, it'll go away, I'm sure. You want to tuck that screw in just a little bit below the surface and fill it up full of putty. One never knows there. All right. You want to wear that screws just below the surface, and these two screws are going to be fixed. No bowing going on. Pretty solid. Alright, I think we got it all flush. Everything's flush. Now it's putty time. Now, one thing we're going to do though, gonna have to get some sandpaper and scuff some of this a little bit off. It's gonna make more of a mess, but you know what? I want to do it right. So this is some rough grit, 60 grit. Just a sheet. Use any kind of sandpaper. Scuff the corners up. I would use a sander right now, but I don't really have the back to it, so it'll just blow all the place. So you're just gonna have to watch what I'm doing. Sometimes you gotta do redneck things all the time, and this is one of them. Thick. Put him up over top of it just like that. You see how you scrape it and it has a little bubble, a little hole? You're going to want to try to get those putty holes out. Try to get that air bubble out. Push and squeeze. Come at a different angle. Cover your screw holes real good. Put it on there real thick. Don't be greedy. She ain't going to hurt you if it dries on you. Anyway, put it up real good. Push those air bubbles out. Scrape it. Push that air bubble out. Scrape it, scrape it, scrape it. Probably could use a bigger scraper, but I do have one, but I'd rather do this. I got screw holes down here I forgot too. I'm a slacker. Well, I didn't work out too well, did it, Cletus? Sometimes you gotta be messing with it. Stupid. You want your first coat to be thick. You can make a mess with this shit. It's alright. People get scared when they have to do stuff like this right here. They get, oh man, you're gonna make a mess. Who cares? You're gonna sand it down, paint over it, be done with it. You won't even know it's here. We're not even gonna use no tape. We're gonna smooth this shit out. By the time I'm done, it's all gonna look like one solid wall. Make sure you go up, down, side to side. Get all those air bubbles out of there. I'm trying to prevent some of this bullshit. I ain't trying to paint the whole art studio here. You put it on thick. You know that your line is there. You know that your line is right there. Move it around. If it moves, it shouldn't move at all. Make sure that you putty up that line, where that line is at, where you have it at. See, you can see the line right there. You see the line plain as day. We don't want to see that line. That line's going to have to disappear. So you have to put it on thicker. That line to disappear. See how much thicker it is over that line now? You want it thick. Your first coat needs to be thick because all it's going to do is sink in. You can see already sinking in right here. So I got to slap some more on there. You got to get that smoothed out. Alright, we're going to let that dry, and we'll sand it down, smooth it out, and after we sand it down and everything, then we will put another coat on there, because what that's going to do is it's going to sink in. All those little screw holes and everything, they're going to sink in, and you don't want to paint it and sand it, you know, does it look like crap? You got to keep putting it on there, 2 or 3 coats of this putty. Sand it down. It'll be like one solid wall. You won't even know it was there. Once you paint it, it all blends in. Sanding it down. Our silly asses forgot about the extension cord. So, yeah. It's by hand. Here we go. Redneck style. You never know when you're going to do something redneck. Sanding by hand. That's redneck right there. I don't care who you are. See how dusty it is. Make sure you got enough ventilation. Make sure you got enough ventilation. And your mask, your goggles. And you can still see the line. That's where it's sunk in. So you have to sand it down, put it back again. This time not as thick. stupid. This is gonna be messy. It's gonna be messy, messy, messy. Look at that. It's snowing. Oh, sorry about that. I farted on the screen, didn't I? Be sure to cut that shit out. Look, I'm dusty as shit. It's my hands for the birds, so I have to admit. And see, there's a screw hole. There's a screw hole right there. There's a screw hole right there. You see how it sunk in the ground, the putty sunk into the hole. You have to smooth it all out. See, there's another screw hole right there. Right here. So, anyway, sand it down. Sand it down, get it as smooth as you can. Putty it up again on the lines and the creases in your screw holes. After that, let it dry, sand it down again. Make sure it's nice and smooth. You can't feel no levels and different levels of high, low, anything rubbing. Go ahead and clean it real good with a dry rag. Go ahead and paint it up. I'm going to show you what it looks like after it's sanded down and finished. We got it all painted. She's sanded down. Once she dries, she can blend in with everything else. There's a solid wall there. You can see a little bit of the line of where we put the square at, but turned out alright. Since we didn't use no tape, turned out pretty damn good for me. So, yeah. If you like what you've seen, appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. And have a lot more of this how to do videos coming soon. So we will catch you on the next time. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button. Let you know when I'm going to be throwing out another video. And we will catch you all on the flip side. Peace.